Welcome into the Smokers Haven Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm Z, here with Coop and Andy.
What's up? What's going on?
And if you happen to be there for the first two fall starts, hopefully third time's a charm. If not, this is the first time doing it. So
Let us know if things are not working.
Everything ran smoothly
yeah,
so
we're
far.
good to go here. Off the dome question. It's going to be off my dome, actually. So, in honor of this really terrible start to the show, what's something just embarrassing or stupid you've done while at work?
At work.
Just one thing?
Sure, just one.
Just one thing.
The dumbest thing I've ever done?
It doesn't have to be the dumb. It's just a dumb or stupid or embarrassing thing that you've done at
Dude, I
work.
don't know. I don't
We
really think I
convinced
got
one
something.
of the bus when I was working at B Dubs. We convinced one of the new bus boys to fucking batwing one of the cooks. So we had him go stand in the freezer, drop his drawers, and like from waiting, and send one of the convicts in.
Never eat
that
at
were
any
working there.
places ever again.
Yeah, I mean, no reason to do it other than it was absolutely hilarious.
Nothing, Andy?
No. I'm pretty old school, man. Like,
Yeah.
He keeps it professional. We kept it
Yeah.
lighthearted.
I'm sure there's some dumb shit that I've done.
Or you're just not able to.
I just probably haven't
admit
done it in the last 10 years or that. Those are just memories that
That
just
was
come
like-
and go, float like a cloud through my head. It just
Blacked
comes
them
and
out.
goes. Oh, they'll come back eventually. Like, oh, yeah.
So, March Madness contest.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I
Yeah.
just got done doing my. You said I didn't have time. I just got done filling out my bracket.
Whole thing already?
The whole damn thing.
I still have to fill out mine. So we're gonna give 25 to whoever has the $25. To whoever has the best bracket. You just join our group on ESPN.
Good luck.
Smokers Haven Fantasy Football Podcast. I'll throw it in the description for the show. Follow us on YouTube,
Like,
X,
Subscribe. Hit
Yeah.
that bell so it means you know what's going on.
all that good stuff. But yeah, join us in the group for the bracket contest. You got a chance for free money. It's fun. Don't even have to watch basketball.
So, all right. Moving on up.
Moving on up.
What do we got up next?
No, do some news.
No, I didn't play the sound this time.
It didn't play any of it.
So,
going on?
that's sad.
Disappointing.
So, starting off, we'll go with Deontay Johnson to the Panthers in a trade.
Okay.
What do you think of that, Andy?
I like it because I have him and I had Pickens on one of my leagues and I wanted to trade one of them. Now I don't want to. Now I have two receivers instead of just one.
Do you think he's going to be sufficient there in
He's
Carolina?
going to be,
I mean,
right now, the only target besides Thielen, but I
Is
think he's going to
Thielen-
be the more of the guy than Thielen.
Yeah. I
I like it.
It should be okay. Hopefully he gets hyper targeted,
That's what I'm saying.
but we'll see what happens. Next up, we have Jerry Jeudy to the Browns.
Makes no sense, but
You don't like it, and
I
then he
don't.
got paid
$54 million for 3 years for a guy who hasn't done nothing.
with 40. I think it was 45 guaranteed.
41 or something like that.
Was it 41?
Oh, I'm
So
not 100, but it might be 45.
Basically, like 17 a season is what it works out to guaranteed.
It's dumb.
So,
Dumb.
but it gives them two big weapons with.
Well, you got Elijah
Cooper
Mitchell
and-
or Elijah Moore still, so.
Yeah, but it allows him probably to work more out of the slot.
Right.
And then you have Judy at the 2, and you have your ace already in Cooper. So whoever that quarterback is, whether it's Winston or Massage Watson, I think it's going to create a situation where that offense should be very good. And if you get Nick Chubb back and healthy, that could be a very good offense.
They also signed Deontay Foreman today or yesterday.
Yeah, they did
So
sign Deontay Foreman
they
today.
got a big guy back there to run the ball.
Yeah, to basically back up Chubb. And I think that'll be a good combination for him. That offense is going to be
You
scary.
still think Chubb's coming back, huh?
Yeah, I think he is. Coming off that knee injury, I
don't
think he'll
know.
run it back.
It looked ugly. It looked ugly.
Yeah, it might be another year, but he'll probably be back end of the year. Yeah, I guess if he does come back, but we'll see what happens. So
All right,
next,
I'm back and I can't fix it.
next up, we got Joe Mixon to the Texans.
Love it. Love it.
I love it. I went
Love
from
it.
sad to happy.
I went from
He was
wanting to
getting
trade
cut,
him
and I'm like, oh man. And then they're like, oh no, we're gonna trade him to the
to a
Texans.
team that can use a running back and
From
will,
Burrow to
and
Stroud.
will use him.
Yeah, so I mean, you got to think he's got to be a lot happier about that too, knowing that he's keeping up with at least a younger quarterback with a place that has some really good weapons on the outside, especially once Tank Dell gets back.
And next to no competition behind him, really.
Yeah, I mean, you have Pierce, but I think Pierce is going to be more of that short yardage back that is what he's going to be used as. So we'll see what happens there.
And Mixon's a really good running back. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, that should be an interesting one. Next up was an interesting trade. Rondale Moore gets traded to the Falcons for Desmond Ritter. Thank fucking God Ritter's off our fucking team, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm happy to see Ritter gone from the Falcons. I think Rondell Moore adds some speed to the offense. They're going to have a good offense.
yeah. Well, and it gives Kirk another target that's a little bit more veteran.
Well, him and Mooney both. I mean,
Yeah.
Moore and Mooney. They're going to open up Pitts and Drake
A lot
into
more.
a lot more
Oh, they're going to use
underneath
Bijan
stuff.
too. So
Yeah, well, and then you have Bijan on top. And again, it just adds another element to the team that we've been lacking. And
Is Cousins healthy? That's kind of what it
Yeah.
comes down to.
And I think even if Cousins needs to miss like the first like 2 to 3 weeks, we'll be okay. Because where we did keep Heineke, he's at least a serviceable quarterback. He could make us 1-2, 2-1.
he
I'll
with
just be Ritter
Washington.
again.
He
But
did well in Washington, so
He's a little better than that, I guess. But
exactly, that's where I'm just thinking that at least if we have to lean on our backup, I'd rather it be Heineke than Ritter.
I think Cousins will be there. He doesn't have to be mobile.
I just think
he won't
they
be playing.
Just to hit on the first two, Deontay Johnson, Panthers, love it. It's going to be a target hog, kind
Should
of like
be.
a younger Thielen, a better Thielen. Jerry Jeudy, Browns don't quite get it. Absolutely don't understand the contract they just gave him unless it has like a bunch of team options and they can cut him after a year. Maybe that makes sense. That was a lot of money to pay him.
Yep.
Going down the list here, we got Sam Howell to the Seahawks. I know you're kind of sad about that.
Well, I knew he wasn't going to be in Washington, so of all the landing spots, I'm not
Mad
I'm
about
not super
Sam?
mad about the Seahawks. He has a chance to beat out Geno. I don't know if he will, but he has a chance. And they have a lot of good receivers. Can't have a worse offensive line than he just had.
Yeah.
Geno,
mean,
he had one good year, and then he went back to being Geno Smith last year. He wasn't great.
yeah. Well, teams just didn't know how much he had, because he had grown as a quarterback, but it just wasn't as much to where it's enough to sustain it, because teams got the film on him, and he's gone back to being that average quarterback.
They didn't have that running game either, though.
That's
At
true
all.
either.
At
They had
all,
no
all
running
year.
game last year because everybody was fucking hurt, just like always.
They couldn't do anything last year. I'm interested to see what he does.
Which one of these do you want to go through next?
Let's get that Mac Jones to the Jags out of the way. Just to,
Yeah, that's an interesting one. That happened earlier in the year, and I guess I understand it, but it doesn't make sense at the same
Got
time.
3 backup trades. You got Mac Jones to the Jags to backup Lawrence, Kenny Pickett to the Eagles, backup Hurts, and then Fields to the Steelers, backup Russ. Maybe. I read something today that the Steelers could, if Justin Fields wins the battle, just cut Russ. They don't have anything in him for the year, so that'll be an interesting battle.
That'll be a fun one to watch.
Kenny
they might
Pickett-
get on Hard Knocks for that.
Kenny Pickett was all butt hurt. He was told he gets to be the starter, and then Russ came in, and he was told that he gets to battle for it, but Russ is like kind of starting off as the one. He got all mad. Now he has no chance to start
You never know.
unless there's an injury.
You never know. I mean, I understand it, but the one I didn't understand was Mac Jones. Like, why would you go?
Especially when you got Trevor Lawrence. Like,
Yeah,
Well,
like I
'cause he's a
understand you.
backup at best.
Yeah,
Still, though.
but still, you'd want
Mac Jones.
Yeah,
What did they get for it?
like a 6.
Yeah, or a swap.
All
or
right,
something.
for a year. Okay, I'll take it. I'm good with it.
So, I don't know,
They
interesting.
They had to
too.
get him out of New England because
Yeah.
he was
done.
locker room. I think there was just issues there. He wasn't happy.
Yeah. Next up, then, big one, Keenan Allen to the Bears.
That was a big one.
Yeah, but once he gets hurt, then his season's over with.
Caleb Williams, he's stepping into a really nice spot.
Fuck yeah, he is.
He is. I mean, he's going to have a shit ton of weapons. I can see even at 9 if they say, why don't we just get another good tight end, double up with like a Brock Bowers, Cole Kmet.
They got Cole Kmet and
Everett. Signed
Gerald Everett.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that they signed him too. So I guess, yeah, that's kind of out the door then. But
Yeah. They
still,
could offensive line, or they could just grab another receiver too.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen's not super young.
No, get like an Adonze or
Yeah.
Brian Thomas or whatever you're kind of looking for. I think that would be a little early for Brian Thomas.
I
But
think you're looking more Dunze or maybe Neighbors if he happens to fall that far.
I don't think Neighbors will. I don't think he falls outside of the top 6.
We'll get into rookies.
I figured the first one's going to go to Arizona. First receiver.
Yeah,
Second one's going to go to the Chargers.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
When they
Next-
pick 6.
Speaking
Six,
of
I
the
think.
Chargers, you had Mike Williams today signing to the Jets.
Yeah, release
yum.
goes to the Jets for a year. Gets to play with Aaron Rodgers,
Feed Rodgers.
Garrett Wilson, and Mike Williams.
So good one too.
You
Yeah.
still got Brees fucking Hall back there.
You do.
I seen a video
Yep.
earlier. He was on like a radio show in the morning, and they gave him a breakfast sandwich, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Where'd y'all get this from?"
Yeah, I
Like,
seen the video where he actually
this is
opened
maybe
up.
why I want to sign here. Like,
He's like, "This is the reason I signed."
get some
That was
food.
pretty badass by the. I seen it on Twitter, the thread the day before when they were talking about sending it to him. That guy's I didn't note his name down, but hero we didn't know we needed. That was pretty cool. Send shit to a fucking pro player, and the dude actually opens it and eats it.
Next up, we got Alexander Madison to the Raiders.
Okay.
Interesting. I mean,
Back up to Zamir. I think it kind of solidifies Zamir.
Yeah.
They're probably not going to waste a higher pick on a running back now.
Right.
They've got their backup, so it just makes Zamir the starter now.
yeah.
Do the
And
Raiders take a fucking receiver with their pick?
maybe.
They could. They need
We'll
everything.
see. Yeah, they could go offensive line. They could go.
I don't even know the order of the draft, honestly.
I think they are picking
You got to be in a 9, maybe
11.
8, 9.
Oh, Atlanta's 8. Chicago's 9. Jets are
Or
10.
not 9.
I think Raiders are at 11.
Oh no. Well,
They are 13.
13.
Lucky 13. Vikings are 11.
That's right. Vikings,
now.
because they traded for the Texans late round pick, or that 23rd pick or whatever.
I put the next one on there just because it affects fantasy. Tyron Smith going to the Jets. That
You're just-
solidifies that left tackle spot for him as long as he's healthy.
Yeah, that's a big grab for the Jets because
yeah.
they just need to be able to.
You keep
stop
Aaron
somebody.
Rodgers upright, and you give Brees Hall some holes to run through.
good night.
You got Garrett Wilson and Mike Williams, as we mentioned. That offense could be really good if
Yeah.
health.
And again, they're picking at
well, they still
10.
got Lazard too.
So at that point,
Catch a shit.
they go maybe another offensive lineman there to really try to bulk up and
yeah, they do
protect
pick
the quarterback. So, which is always a good idea in the NFL.
Wow.
Next up, we got Hollywood Brown to the Chiefs.
I like that.
I do too.
I love that one.
I think he's going to have a big year.
He's a lot more dependable catching the ball than, at least it feels like he is,
Than
than
Tony.
MVS or Kadarius Tony.
And then they have that,
Yeah.
what
They
was
got-
that rookie
I
they
think-
had last year, Rice?
Rasheed
Rasheed
Rice.
I
Yeah.
think him
in
and
Hollywood.
Yeah, because Rasheed is not a speedster by any
No,
means.
but he catches that ball.
Hollywood Brown is a speedster, so it adds that over the top dimension that they've been missing since they had Tyreek.
As we mentioned
So-
last week, Irv Smith is there. So
No, you mentioned.
You mentioned because you have a man crush
I
on
was
him.
not part of that conversation.
I don't
one
know
of
what
these
your man
days,
crush
one of
is
these
with him.
seasons, you guys are going to see. AJ Brown or AJ Dillon,
Dillon to the-
back to the Packers.
Yeah, kind of saw that coming after Aaron Jones got let go.
Yeah, you all right?
So
No.
Did you see the Jacobs contract's only like a 1-year deal with 3 years worth of team options? So, not that I think Dillon's in line to replace him or anything. 'cause
I didn't
he's
even know that
not
happened
that
until
good.
right when I was like, wow.
Yeah. Yep. So he'll be the backup.
And then Curtis Samuel to the Bills. I like that.
Yeah,
I don't.
I do too.
I
well,
don't.
you
'Cause I
don't.
liked him on that Washington team.
Yeah.
Well, that's a homer thing.
He
Not
replaces
really.
Gabe Davis, gives
Yeah.
him that down the field guy.
Well, and he gives them another dimension though too. Somebody that can run that jet sweep,
Yep.
or you can do some other things with. He can take it straight out of the backfield if you need him to. So
Yeah,
it gives him another
I like it.
dimension. So maybe take some pressure off of Josh Allen there.
I like the sign better than that Judy signing.
I don't get it.
Right.
Hey, while we're in news and notes, Brandon's league had a big trade today.
No, it did not.
Did most
It
definitely.
was.
Justin Jefferson, pick 22 and pick 38 in exchange for Drake London and pick 2. I liked it.
I bet you did.
I do too.
Trades was
just
the
like
only
I
guy
said.
who could trade with him. Like
No, I like it for the
bet
guy
you-
getting Jefferson too. I think he's
he's a
Getting the
he's
number
a
one-
Homer, he's a homer guy. That's why
number 1 in all the dynasty lists I've ever looked at in the
he ain't
last
gonna
couple
be
of
number
years.
one
So
at the end of the year.
that's why I wanted to
He's
trade
gonna
him
be
now.
the Jamar Chase of this. Well, I wouldn't say that.
I'm a little worried. No quarterback. I mean, he's a
Exactly.
stud. There's no question Jefferson's a
Yeah,
stud.
he'll still get
But
hyper targeted.
Who knows?
is
He might
this
get
his
traded.
peak value? So this gives me 2 guys, both younger. I have my guy I want it to, but I'll be happy with whichever one of the 2 guys I get there.
Who's number one?
We'll find out.
We'll get into the rookies here.
No,
Yeah,
no,
so
no.
just want
no,
to mention that
Brandon's-
trade.
Brandon's pick. Brandon's league. Who's number
Other
one?
team.
The girls, I think.
Yeah,
Brandon's
They're
second team.
Brandon's. Brandon
Yeah.
gets first pick.
Yeah, his second team.
So they'll make another terrible pick, probably. But
Probably.
We'll see. If Brandon stays out of me, they'll make a good pick.
I'll give him $5 if he takes a kicker.
So speaking of rookies, then let's jump into the rookie rankings.
All right.
see how
Which
that
one do you
works.
want to go to?
I didn't really change the name on it, did I? What do we call it? Free agents?
Oh, is that what it is?
I don't know.
No. Just click on rookies over there. Use the mouse. We're learning. It's a process. None of us went to school for this.
No, not at
All
all.
right, we'll start with the overall rookies. Go ahead and those buttons should work, I think, on yours thing.
Yeah. Just go back to full screen. All right.
Oh no, you have to go back to rookies over there.
No, I should be able to just go ahead and.
No,
I
you have to be on the right scene.
Okay.
And take 2.
There we go.
And then bring up the overall instead of the receivers.
Oh yeah.
It's on here.
Oh yeah. Right. Correct one.
There we go.
Strike
Overall
one.
rookie rankings.
There we go. Yay.
So-
we got it done.
I'm just here so I don't get fired.
This will be according to Keep Trade Cut. Grabbed it off there. So credit to them. KeepTradeCut.com. I like the calculator.
I don't.
Lots of people don't, apparently. That's what I've heard today from others. So
Yeah.
whatever. I enjoy it. I think it's based on community stuff, it seems like. So whatever.
And generally, the community, unless somebody's going to sit there and log off, log on, go back in,
Yeah, no one
it's
does
hard
that.
to mess really with the value.
I like it. So number 1, and you're going to notice a theme here. It's mostly receivers and some quarterbacks. Marvin Harrison Jr. is top rated guy on the board. You can see the values over there. He's 8,800. That kind of varies when you look at it, but it's right around there. Kind of gives you a way to kind of separate between people. Malik Neighbors, obviously, I put him on the same tier, but
Yeah.
they kind of have him almost on his own tier in between. Then Rome Odunze. So those are your 1, 2, 3, and most
should
rankings
be.
I've looked at, that's your 1, 2, 3 in single quarterback.
Yeah, as long as it's not super flex, that should be your 1, 2, 3 in the draft.
Don't watch much rookies, huh? I don't either. I listen
See, I
a
don't
lot.
really. I wait till they get drafted.
I think of myself as a aggregator. Is that what that's called? When you kind of collect the information. Yeah, I don't really watch film. Never really watched film. I don't have a model. I just listen to a lot of different people, read a lot of different stuff, and then try to get an overall sense of where these people are, because I don't watch a lot of college football either.
So yeah, that's where I do watch college football because I do enjoy it as much. And again, I mean, if you watch any of these guys this year, I mean, you can tell Marvin Harrison Jr. and Malik Neighbors are probably the best two prospects
I've
in this
seen
whole
that
draft.
they score out better than JSN from last year.
Yeah. Like if JSN would have stayed another year and tried to come out this year, he'd be the 4. I mean, it's kind of scary.
Yeah. Yeah, and then yearly I get to take all 3 of them.
Maybe.
Happy about that. Number 4, you see him kind of flip flop with Odunze quite a bit. Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
You hear him as a generational tight end. Heard that with Pitts too. That's bullshit.
And who's another one in Tampa Bay?
O.J. Howard.
Yeah, there was another one, and Evan Ingram, who eventually showed up
He
eventually.
did eventually.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I
So
gave
Irv
up
Smith.
on those. I give up on that spot. Period.
I
Like,
think tight end is kind of a little overhyped, especially where it's not really used unless you have a super young quarterback that's like their security blanket.
Well, Travis Kelce would disagree.
Well, yeah. He is the ultimate security blanket, though. I mean, that dude is an
I
absolute
don't know.
beast.
Laporta's catching his ass. Real
Laporta
quick.
is getting there, too.
Real quick.
Well,
He's
he
only
had a
looking.
lot of touchdowns.
He
He
had a
did
lot.
look good, but that offense, I don't know that all the touchdowns are going to go there all the time. So
Mark Andrews is another guy.
when healthy. Yep.
Yeah. Then going on to who I believe is the most overrated player in the draft,
Here we go. Go ahead.
Caleb Williams.
Nobody else agrees, but
Yeah, I just see Ryan Leaf. Like, he overhypes himself. He's all about himself. Even Ryan Leaf said he reminds me of me. So I'm inclined to one would know himself.
if we had a call-in line, Wade would be calling to disagree.
Oh, we got a line.
Again, all I can go off is what I've heard, and I keep hearing the generational
Well, yeah, because that's what they want to push.
top prospects.
He does
since,
have a
like
good
Andrew
arm.
Luck and
He has a good arm and such, but when just watching the other quarterbacks that have come out of that system with both Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, and such, the way
couple
they
starters.
yeah, the way they ran the offense, it was so much smoother to where he is just so happy in the pocket, like his feet, like he's first read isn't there. If he doesn't trust it, he's just running around and then he's trying to scramble all the time. He can't do that in the NFL.
Well, there's your flag plant. We'll come back to that one because he's going to the Bears. We know that, so
Yep.
we're gonna get to see what he does.
That's why I hope Justin Fields really wins the job in Pittsburgh and just absolutely knocks it out of the park, because to me that would be funny.
Yeah, I could see that happening too. Brian Thomas Jr. at 6.
Another
LSU?
solid wide receiver out of LSU.
Him and Neighbors both together in LSU. That's a hell of a receiving core.
Think of Jefferson and Chase.
Yeah,
I
there
mean,
you go.
gotta remember those guys were there.
Yep.
They're producing some really good wide receivers. So
That'll be a good one.
Jaden Daniels, their quarterback, is next.
There you go.
Yeah, I like him too. I
I've
think
seen
he's the best
some in
quarterback.
fantasy circles have him above Caleb Williams just due to the rushing upside.
It makes sense. The only slight is, he's so thin, but a lot of these, not everybody's
Can't hit
going
him.
to be huge.
So
yeah.
big deal. You can't hit him anyways.
Well, except for maybe the first couple years, unless he gets the superstar treatment, which I
They
doubt
got
he will.
Red jerseys on. Just another quarterback, which in single quarterback is kind of odd, but here's Drake May. Where's he at? North Carolina.
Yep, North Carolina. Again, I think he's a little overhyped. I think he's that Sam Howell type.
They're talking 1,
Just-
2, 3 with
Those three.
Williams, Daniels, and May in the NFL draft.
Yeah. Because
Not sure
everybody's
between
always trying
May
to
and
get a
Daniels who
quarterback.
goes 2 and 3, but
Everybody's always trying to find that
yeah,
superstar quarterback, so they get overreached on.
yeah, that's because you need one, or you're just
Yeah.
probably not going to win. Xavier Worthy, all the way up at 9.
I think
The
that's
40 time 4.21 all time record in the
beating
combine.
Chris Johnson.
So,
Yeah, he's fast.
oh, he beat no, who did he? Was it somebody else?
No, it was, Chris Johnson's record, because Chris Johnson was like 4.22, and then he did a 4.21.
Yeah, no, it was a 4.22. I thought it had been somebody else, but okay.
No, it was CG. It was Chris Johnson.
Stud running back. So yeah, he's way up there at 9. Texas guy.
Yep, and followed up by another Texas guy, Adonai Mitchell or A.D. Mitchell. That kid, I think, is probably
John
the
Ross.
better of the two.
John Ross's record.
John Ross. Sorry.
Yeah, it's easy to forget about that guy because he sucked.
Yeah,
in
he
the
did.
NFL.
But for
I just
Bengals,
figured-
Actually, I
once
think
you
he continues to
disappear.
suck in the NFL.
I think once you become
he still
irrelevant,
plays?
you should lose that record.
I think he still does play.
no, he doesn't.
I mean, if you call what he does playing.
I mean, practice squad.
Oh man,
Next, we got
Our first running back.
nope. Who's that? How do you say his name? The other Texas guy,
That's what I was talking about. Adonai Mitchell.
Adonai Mitchell. Okay,
Or he
yeah.
goes by
So
A.D.
him and
Mitchell.
Worthy, both out of Texas. So yeah, next is first running back. He might sneak into this spot if he gets a good draft spot. Otherwise, you could have no running backs in the first round of rookie drafts.
Yeah, he could easily fall out depending on where they go.
Yeah, that's Jonathan Brooks, Texas as well.
Yes.
Is that 3 straight Texas guys on here?
Yep. And then Georgia wide receiver, Lad McConkey.
All the analysts I keep hearing are all over that guy.
Yeah. Again, I don't know. I mean, he looked okay, but again, it'll be interesting to see. I think he's going to be more of that slot receiver, like a Hunter Renfro type, and which I just don't really see the value there at 12. At that point, I would almost just take a shot on a running back, anyways, just because running backs are a lot more harder to find. So you're better off, I think, taking a shot at a running back.
We'll
than,
get to that list too, so we can see who else is there besides Jonathan Brooks. Let's go quarterbacks next, though.
All right.
Put that overall away. Quarterbacks. So we already talked about the first 3. Fourth one, I've even seen some analysts say
this
1,
guy
2,
I've
3,
actually
4
heard.
in the draft.
I've heard of this one.
Yeah, I bet Michigan fan.
Yep.
I see him saying that
Hey,
the
that's not
first
fair.
4 picks end up here at quarterback.
It
and
could.
Arizona trades out.
I just don't see
okay.
Arizona trading out just because I think they're going to want to take their guy at
Harrison.
4.
Marvin Harrison.
Yep.
JJ McCarthy, getting a ton of hype post combine here. It's of all 4 of these quarterbacks that we've talked about now, he's probably the one with the most hype behind him.
Well, and I think that also comes from having Harbaugh as a coach. Guess what? Harbaugh ran a pro system in college.
Yeah,
so
turn and
he's
give the
coming
ball
in.
to Corum. Turn and give the ball to Corum.
Yeah, but unlike a lot of these other quarterbacks, they don't have the experience of trying to run an offense from under the huddle
Yeah,
or from the
under the center.
under the center.
Yeah, a
They're
lot
all
of shotgun.
So he's going to have such an advantage in that portion that he's already polished in that. So he doesn't, I mean, he can probably still improve it and such, but the fact that he's coming from already a pro style offense is going to just accelerate his learning curve compared to the other 3 because, again, they're all coming from that same type of system.
Almost guarantee he goes in the top 10. So we'll have 4 quarterbacks in the top 10.
Hopefully it goes to 8 because Atlanta's going to trade out. So
Vikings,
I was
somebody
thinking
moves
Raiders. I
up.
don't know. I
Giants,
was thinking
somebody.
Raiders.
Broncos.
Quick look at the top. We got Bears, Commanders, Patriots, Cardinals, Chargers, then Giants, Titans, Falcons, Bears, Jets. I could see Giants taking a quarterback. Daniel Jones isn't very good. Or again, I could see Vikings or Broncos trying to trade up to get a quarterback.
That's where I'm kind of hoping.
There's
one-
going to be 4 in the top 10.
Yeah, that's where I'm hoping he kind of slides down to that 8 mark because I would really
some
like
value.
to see Atlanta just move back a little bit and pick up some extra draft capital so we can address a couple other needs. So
Yep. 5 on the list. We got Michael Penix Jr., Washington quarterback.
I like him.
Yeah.
He's got that Visk-esque type of quarterback. He can move. He's elusive. So next one is the oldest one of all of them, Bo Nix, who's like 26.
That's a little old. Well, all this COVID stuff's weird. So
Yeah, but he has 6 years because he had 2 red shirt or 2 medical shirts where he got medical exemptions, so he got to come back.
where is he projected?
Bo Nix is projected anywhere between like 10 to 25, somewhere in that range.
So another first round. So we're
yeah,
talking.
they're talking like there's going to probably be 6
six.
for.
Is the next guy Spencer Rattler supposed to sneak in there too or no?
No, The next two on
So
the
it'd be
list
6.
aren't really. You're talking after that. It basically falls down to like day 3 picks.
Yeah, that's
And
what I have.
Spencer Rattler,
Rattler
Jordan
projected
Travis.
in the third
Rams are
round.
going to be looking there.
That'd be day 2, I guess, but third round pick.
Yeah. And then Jordan Travis.
And that kind of shows on the values too, because after Bo Nix, it just kind of drops.
Yeah, a lot. Again, I think Jordan Travis is going to be an interesting one. Yeah, he's coming off that broken
That's why I
leg.
left him on there. I left him
So-
on there for you.
Yeah, I am a Knowles boy, but I still think if he didn't get his leg hurt, he got a chance to go show himself in the college football playoff. I think he would have surprised a lot of people and maybe boosted his draft stock a lot.
I'm not a Knowles fan. I'm not really a college football guy, and I'm still mad about that, leaving them out. I
Yeah.
don't care about what injuries, this or that. They won all of their games. They get to be in. Otherwise, why even play?
Exactly.
All right, we'll go to running backs.
All right.
And we talked about Jonathan Brooks.
Oh,
Probably
man.
the only first round running back other than maybe Blake Corum or Trey Benson, the next two on the list.
Everybody stay away from Trey Benson unless it's me.
Corum was Michigan. Trey Benson was out of
Florida State.
Florida State. Okay,
That's why.
That's why. Makes sense now. I get it.
No sound on YouTube.
No sound.
No sound on YouTube. No sounds.
Lame. What is going on with our sound?
I wonder if they can hear us though. It just
Huh?
said no sounds. I don't know if that meant like the songs or
Oh,
something.
who said that?
Jonathan Brooks. Yeah, this like in one of my leagues, like I need running backs, but I can't.
What is going on?
And I have like in his league, I have the number 1 pick. I have everything but running backs. I cannot take a running back this year with this class. With that
At
number
least
1
not
pick.
in the first round.
Well, I guess it depends. I guess. By the sounds of it, like
This would be the year.
I seen
if
it.
you want to, if you don't want to have to take something like that, this is where you want to trade it and try to get a haul. See if you can get somebody to give you some stuff to.
no, I might take Caleb.
Oh, you're gonna go
Because I
ahead.
have Herbert on his 5th-year option.
So you can.
So
continue
I
that
have a court
cheap-
I can just recycle to the next guy.
So you don't have to try to pay Herbert like Damien did.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
You're not going to try to pay him $50 million a year
No.
for 4 years.
And all
like
you guys
Damien
gave
did.
me crap for spending like 25, 30 million on Jordan Love.
How many years was it?
4-year deal.
It's not bad. Well, looking at it,
And
I
then
mean,
the
we
salary
didn't know
cap's
though.
going up to what, 282 million or something like that.
250,
What's the salary cap going up to?
250 something, like 255. Let's just double check.
That's what I'm gonna do. I gotta figure out what league. Oh yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure it's 255 this year.
I thought it was like 282.
No, I think that's what it's projected for next year.
I'm gonna switch this once. Try something.
Oh, dang it. I don't want to log in. Oh, then I just jumped right back into it. Dur. It's just quiet
Yep, because we ain't got no sound anyways. I think.
on
I
YouTube.
don't know what's going
Spotify might be on.
Yeah, it'll be
Just in
probably
case
for
it
the
is, ladies and gentlemen.
It's still recording on the.
roadcaster. So, but yeah, it's just one of those things where it's gonna be an interesting part of that. Looking at the other running backs, I mean, Braden Allen from Wisconsin. He's a big back. I just don't know. Kind of, again, he's going to be that second, third round pick in that range, probably late third, along with Audric Estime out of Notre Dame. I do like him. I think he's going to be a good back. And then got Marshawn Lloyd. I'm not even sure where he's from. Bucky Irving, Will Shipley, Jalen Wright, Jace McClellan, and Ray Davis. Kind of all those late round. You're looking at day 3 picks, probably anything after estimate. So, but those are kind of some names to kind of keep an eye on. Depending on where they go, they could end up in decent situations. So,
Right. That's why I just wait, because you never know where. Like, what if you get drafted to the Eagles? Well, you're not playing before Barkley.
yeah, you know you're going to be sitting. Again, that's where it's going to be interesting to see where some of these guys end up. Because I think Minnesota could also be maybe in the running back market. We'll see what happens. So, because I know they signed Aaron Jones, but I could still see them maybe
For
going.
1 year. It's a 1 year deal, I think.
Yeah. So that's where maybe they go see if they can snag one of these, like a Brandon Allen or an Audric Estime, and say like the 3rd round or such, where it may give them some value to where they can hopefully build off of that and allow them to learn behind a veteran running back for 1 year.
Are we good?
I hope so. Apologize for anybody who was watching, which I think was maybe just my wife. But the audio wasn't working, but I think we're working now. So you can definitely grab it on Spotify, or when it comes out on YouTube on the podcast side. Audio should be good to go on that.
So,
We'll see.
yeah, just kind of finishing up the running backs there.
Oh, is he on there? Braylon Allen. That's the guy I'm kind of interested in watching.
From Wisconsin.
Yeah. Some guys I listen to, he's one of the highest rated ones.
He reminds me a lot of Ron Dane, because he's a big boy.
Giants guy.
Record setter.
Yep.
Let's see.
So moving on from running backs to wide receivers.
Yep.
All right, well, we can
We
skip
skipped
all
the
those.
first 6, 7. We didn't talk about 7, Troy Franklin.
Oh.
I see a lot of people having Troy Franklin up there in above everybody except Brian Thomas and the other 3. So like above Xavier Worthy, 5 there. So they're all pretty close, even if you look at their values. From Xavier Worthy all the way down to Ladd, all within like 600 points of each other. Even Keon Coleman.
Yeah, which I'm surprised how much he's fallen, because his athleticism
Another
is
Seminole.
accidentally ridiculous. But he started at Michigan State.
Yeah, he did.
And then he went to a better offense
He
at
looked
Florida
good.
State. So
He did look good this last year. He's athletic as can
yeah,
be. So
some of the catches that he made, you're just like, what do you do with that? So, and then Xavier Legette, I believe, I'm not sure where he's from. And then Andy should know the last guy,
Should.
Roman Wilson.
must be a Michigan guy.
Must
huh?
be a Michigan guy.
I don't know those guys. So I'll watch these guys a lot more once the NFL draft happens and you
Yep.
get to see kind of where they go.
Yep.
Because NFL scouts and teams, I don't like to admit it, but are probably better at doing this than I am.
Yeah. They
So
get
I
paid
wait
to do
until
it, so
they
I'm gonna wait
order
till
'em.
they do it,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna
They put them in order, and then I can look at them and be like, I think maybe these 2 are different. But for the most part, when they order them, they do a decent job.
Yeah.
If you want to pull up tight end, we
Grossest.
can look at it quick. We talked about Bowers.
gotta take it out.
The other 2 are Jatavian Sanders and
Cade
Cade
Stover.
Stover. They didn't even have anybody else on the list to
Well,
include.
Well, there is a tight end from Florida State, Blake Bell.
Yeah, I bet he.
No, he's actually projected to be like a day 3 pick, because
I was
he's a
saying none of them. This is all
he's
they
a really
put on
good
there.
blocking tight end. So, and he's 6'7". So if anything, maybe you convert him to an offensive lineman if you can
Won't be
teach him how to
fantasy
block.
relevant. But yeah, tight end not a good position this year unless you got Bowers.
Yeah,
That's about it. So
yeah. Outside of that, really, there's unless you're gonna try to take a shot on somebody.
we'll see what happens if you
Why
hit
does it
news
say
again.
Brock Bowers, tight end number 2?
Go ahead and hit the news button once more, Coop. See if this works this time.
No.
No,
Well, still no sound. Interesting.
yeah, we'll have to work on that.
Yep. Always something.
So we'll have to figure out who the audio engineer is and yell at him.
Yep. Are you the audio engineer?
Fuck no.
Damn, it's probably me.
I have a feeling I know exactly
But
who it is.
yeah, that's about it for this week. We're going to start getting into maybe do some previews on the RSO since the rookie draft is coming up here in about a month.
When
little
does it
over.
start? Oh yeah, I got the number 1 pick.
Yes, you do.
It's up for trade.
Yeah,
It is up
everybody hear
for
that.
trade.
And just in case you didn't hear the beginning, which you didn't if you're on YouTube, we are doing a March Madness contest.
And I feel
It's a free roll, no entry. $25 win to the winner. Just hop on ESPN, go to our group, Smokers Haven Fantasy Football Podcast. Just join us. It's public. If you win, hit us up on Twitter at 605 Token Podcast so I
hit you
can
up.
send you $25.
I'll hit you up.
Venmo preferred. PayPal works. I don't have Cash App set up, so fuck Cash App. I can send you cash in the mail.
Which is
Yeah,
not
We'll get
recommended.
it taken
Is
care
that
of. I'm
legal?
going to win anyways, so I'm going to keep my money. So,
don't
I'm
know.
Smokers Haven Z. We got Smokers
Andy.
Haven Andy in there. Did you get yours changed too?
Yep.
Smokers Haven Coop. So yeah, you're competing against us.
You ain't gonna
Have
beat
fun.
me. You ain't gonna beat me. It took me 5 minutes to fill out my bracket. Done.
Yeah, he doesn't watch any college hoops or
Any.
even pay attention, so that's
Any.
probably your winner.
It's not even college
how it
hoops.
works.
It's basketball. Period. I
Yeah.
don't watch.
Yeah, you missed. Yeah, it's sad.
I don't know. I
But
just
till
don't
next
watch it.
week.
Stay high.
Later.
Always.